Today we're going to see what it's like to visit December nights in Balboa Park. Welcome to Voyager, my name's Armando. Let's get started. Balboa Park December Nights is a free, family-friendly holiday festival held at Balboa Park in San Diego. December Nights is known for its light shows, the musical performances, attractions, and of course the food and drinks. There's family-friendly areas, photo booths, free concert performances, beer gardens, and most, if not all, of Balboa Park's 17 museums are open to the public for free. And in this video, I'll visit some of the museums, we'll take a tour around the park to see some of the vendors, the concert setups, and even some pleasant surprises I wasn't expecting. And along the way, I'll share some tips and tricks that I picked up visiting the festival. Now, many people are intimidated about visiting because of the parking, and that's because there's somewhere between 300 to 350,000 people who visit this event every year. But if you arrive early, usually the parking is much more manageable because most attendees come later in the evening. In the past, I've parked pretty far away and had to walk a distance, but this year I parked at the San Diego Zoo lot, which is a public parking lot. And if you get a chance, I'd recommend going that route first. I first arrived at around sunset, and my plan was to go to the rooftop deck at the Natural History Museum to watch the sunset. From here, you have a clear view of the plaza between the Reuben H. Fleet Center and the Natural History Museum. Down below, you can see the vendors set up around the perimeter of the fountain and the Science Center down below. This is a great place to stop and take some photos or have a drink right around sunset time. This area is for those 21 and up. It gets pretty busy, so try to arrive early. Heading back into the museum, here's the view from the 4th floor looking down. You can see a little T-Rex with a Santa hat there. And from the back of the museum, you can see the Morton Bay fig tree, which was planted here in 1915 for the Panama Exposition. The Natural History Museum is a lot of fun to visit and very informative. You'll see life-size models and fossils from animals from the land to the sea. Here's an ancient cousin to gray whales and the notorious 60-foot-long megalodon. During the festival, there are performances everywhere that you go, where you can enjoy the music as you explore the exhibits. There's so much to see at each museum, and I can't cover them all in just this one video. And if you'd like to see a full video about Balboa Park's museums, I'll link that in the description below. Throughout the festival, there are more than 1,600 performers and 70 different groups that perform across 5 different stages. El Prado is the main pathway that leads right through the park, and from here you can really see the scale of the event. And this section here was mainly retail and souvenir shops. Here's the Botanical Building and Lily Pond, which are still under construction, expected to open in 2024. Heading west to the center of the park is the Plaza de Panama. This square is the central hub of the park, surrounded by museums and the California Tower in the distance. This year was really interesting because they have these brand new string lights and even a small ice skating rink perfect for beginners. It's organized by the Fleet Science Center and costs $10 per person. From here you can see the Mingay International Museum, and in the distance is the Spreckles Organ Pavilion. All throughout the festival, you'll find a variety of different styles of performance, from flamenco dancing to tap dancing, from rock bands to mariachi bands, to solo acts or choruses. There's really something here for everybody, and activities for people of all ages. One of the cool things this year is they're using a lot of projection and lighting technology, and I think this makes for a more immersive experience. Not to mention that almost everywhere you go is a great photo opportunity. Near the Museum of Us is the Old Globe Theater, which is currently showing How the Grinch Stole Christmas until December 31st. Right now they have a beautiful tree up, refreshment stands, and a gift shop. Back along the Prado, you might even see street performers entertaining guests. May all your holidays be bright, SDG&E. San Diego Gas and Electric. Maybe they'll give you a rebate on your power bill. Increase rates. Heading by the Prado restaurant and the House of Hospitality, there were a couple cool surprises. The first being a snow machine with bubbles that can almost pass as snow. And there was also a DJ in one of the event halls right next door. And just above the Prado on the second level was a bar and a dance floor outside overlooking the Plaza de Panama. Heading towards Spreckles Theater is where you'll find Santa's sled and all of his reindeer. And these decorations, along with many others, are going to be here all December. And here, near the center of the park, is the Spreckles Organ Pavilion, which is the main stage of the festival. This is often where you'll see some of the most well-known choirs from San Diego performing here on stage. This year, the projection lighting was really impressive. Nearby is where I personally think you'll find some of the best food at the festival. Every time I pass by, I see long lines, and for good reason. This is where you'll find the international cottages here at Balboa Park, which are part of the House of Pacific Relations and represent 31 different cultures. The beauty is that they have authentic cuisine from each country, and it's hard to top that. Also, some of the international cottages are open, and they have singers and performers. Next door is the beer garden next to the international cottages, and if you're in the mood to try a new beverage, this is the place to visit. It almost looked like its own festival in itself, and almost every country was represented with their own booth and traditional beverages. I could see how it could be easy to get carried away here, so always be safe when you're out having some drinks. And if that's your plan, then this is the place to be. And after visiting the beer garden, there's even more food outside. This area by the Comic-Con and Automotive Museum has food trucks and vendors with almost anything you can imagine. It's always fun watching how the food is made behind the scenes. Here's the Sausage Master right next to Dim Sum Guy. And if you're in the mood, here's corn dogs right next to the nachos and ice cream. Heading towards the Air and Space Museum, this year there were mariachis, a half pipe, and a skate demo. It was definitely unexpected, and the skaters did a good job, but as with any demo, they took some spills. This is the first time I've seen skating to mariachi music, but it's actually pretty good. All around the Palisades lot, there's plenty to do. This is the municipal gym, which they transformed into a family play zone. Here's the line for the Santa meet and greet. And here's some hands-on crafting projects. And just next door is the Air and Space Museum. Here you can see everything from Charles Lindbergh to spaceflight. And the event space at the Air and Space Museum was transformed into a bar with a DJ and dance music.
I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom.
And on the west side of the Palisades Plaza is the Automotive Museum. Here you can explore the history of automotive technology, from the Ford Model T to electric cars. There's also a section for motorcycle history. And the most popular new addition to Balboa Park is the Comic-Con Museum. It documents the history of pop culture, comics, and animation. Unfortunately for December nights, the Comic-Con Museum isn't open, but they do have an experience where you can paint and take a figurine home. The December Nights Festival is a lot of fun. It's great for people of all ages with plenty of entertainment and educational experiences. I always enjoy visiting because it sparks the holiday spirit. If you enjoyed the video or learned something new, please give it a thumbs up. And for more videos about Southern California and beyond, consider subscribing. It really helps the channel. I appreciate you spending your time here. And if you'd like to learn more about Balboa Park, click right here. I'll see you in the next video.